Welcome back to Hanging in the Hideout. In this episode, we're going to cover a couple things. We're just going to call this the man episode. Why? Because we're going to cover from a homeless man living in your house to a man on a cow. I'm sorry, appropriately named a bull. So a man on a man cow. Stay tuned. Welcome to Hanging in the Hideout. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer. This is Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to those who have served our country willingly and, well, I guess unwillingly as well. And you have no idea how much I appreciate the fact that you put your back end on the line for me, my freedoms, and just the way of life that we have. And I thank you truly from the bottom of my heart. No jokes. With that said, moving on to our stories. I received an email containing quite a few stories that the viewer, the precious viewer that sent it to me, found pretty funny. I weeded through a few, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good. The first one I thought was pretty funny because I could see society today is always doing pranks. There's the wonderful one, the cinnamon challenge, which is, I like watching that crap. Other episode discussed that. You have the all awesome Tide Pod. Oh my Lord, Tide Pod challenge. Why people would do that, I don't know. Society's getting dumber. Idiocracy, my friends. Idiocracy. Idiocracy. It's electrolytes. It's what the plants crave, right? It's about where we're at. How do you grow a plant? Put Gatorade on it. Moving on to story number 1. First story is AI-generated man causes emergency response from police. Now, why in the hell would that happen? How could that happen? What's another prank? You can Google it. It's I think it's a homeless man prank is what they call it. I don't suggest you doing it or following through with it because it has caused quite an issue, and you'll see why. Our first story is an AI-generated urban outdoorsman that has made his way to your home. Now, why is this a problem? Because it's a prank that you can Google, and I don't suggest you following or through with it because it does cause an emergency response, rightfully so. But what people are doing is they're getting this prank and they're sending it to loved ones or friends or whatever, and it shows this homeless guy in their house or at their door. And the in their house ones are pretty funny. Yeah, haha. But I could see how it's triggering things because the guy will be in your bed, and my favorite, he's sitting in your living room playing your piano. It's just AI generation. It's getting pretty snazzy, With that said, not a good idea because if you send me a picture of someone in my home, not only am I going to return home, but if the police are called to your residence, what do you think they're going to do if they think someone's in your house or someone's being reported to be in your house? They're going to probably kick that door in or something along those lines, depending on the situation. And if they do, and someone that you love is inside and they encounter each other, maybe they look like this guy, because that's a common look these days. And he makes a sudden move because he doesn't know. This is like that squat, or what do they call it? Squatting, not squatting. Anyway, I kick in a door. I see a guy that looks somewhat like a homeless guy because, descriptions are similar. And he reaches for something. He gets smoked, and watch it be your uncle, your brother, your father, or your friend. How are you going to feel? I'm not going to feel good. How are you going to feel? Stupid pranks. Eat a Tide Pod. Anyway, so please do not do this prank. I could see 100% how it would go south so quickly. In our next story from Fox News, we bring you interesting stories from Burning Man. Now, if you don't know what Burning Man is, every year out in Nevada's desert, they pretty much build this city. And for like a week, I think it's like August to the 1st September or whatever, there is nothing but parties, drugs, I guess. I'm assuming because if you've seen it, there's got to be drugs involved. And just all kinds of stuff. I've always wanted to go just to experience it, but as I read more about it, I don't. I'm kind of on the fence. Kind of on the fence. Probably lose my job if I win because it's just too much can go wrong. Anyway, I'm not 100% sure. This looks like nope. It looks like this year. There's a couple of happy things and sad things. There was a guy that they are hunting for the killer, as you can see in the title. But this Russian national was found dead, laying in a pool of blood. No real explanation on what's going on, but this event attracts like thousands, tens of thousands of people to it. So, and then it's gone, poof, because they really believe in cleaning up and all that. I probably never going to get solved, and that's sad. But also at the same event, you have other wonderful things happen, like a new addition to this world. A couple from Utah had no idea, the female, 37 years old, had no idea she was pregnant. She mistaked the stomach pains when she was going into labor as, menstrual cramps, until she realized she's giving birth. And then, out of nowhere, an OBGYN is in the desert with them and rushes to their aid in their underwear. This, I just don't know. First, you're at Burning Man, okay? Then you got doctors showing up. I mean, what are they doing there? I mean, I guess it's kind of an innocent event. But anyway, so they give birth to a 3 pound, 9 ounce, or 9.7 ounce baby. That is crazy to me. Now, quick flashback to reality of my job. I have been to calls where women give birth on the toilet and they had no idea they were pregnant. It's pretty crazy, but it does happen. So I've experienced it firsthand. So I can't really say like this is far-fetched, this isn't true. I bet it's true. And congratulations on your new child. JP, I don't know if it's the comedian JP or whatnot, allegedly was meditating, which does sound like him, out in the desert, and a cyber truck ran over him, and he was care flighted out. I haven't heard anything about him. I'm going to have to check up after this and get an update if it was actually him, but it just referred to him as JP, kind of like we should know him. But if that happened, hopefully he'll be okay with full recovery. He's a pretty entertaining guy. On the flippity flop, a couple other little things happened at this year's Burning Man. Evidently, watch your wiring, because people were getting electrocuted stepping in water puddles that had wires going through it. On purpose, on accident, you be the judge, because it can happen out there. Trust me. That's In other news, a man, hands a get out of jail free card to a police officer during a traffic stop. I will be honest. I 100% have wanted to hand these out to people. There was one instance where an individual was intoxicated behind the wheel of a vehicle. Shame. But one of our officers showed up and asked for his driver's license, and he pulled out, we have these little hero cards, and he pulled it out and handed it to the officer as his driver's license. When he saw it was me, it was kind of funny because I guess I was his hero. And maybe that's just get out of jail free card. I don't know. I don't know what happened on that offense, but more than likely went to jail. But I just mentioned that because this get out of jail free card is something I've always wanted to do, just because it's entertaining. But you have to understand how people really are. They think, yeah, this is a real card. Even though it's from Monopoly, they will actually try to use it. So that's why I haven't done it. Because they'll say, oh, Hollywood said, I just need to present this to the next officer and call him, and I'm good. I'm good. Let me go. Someone will do it, I promise you. Now from Police One, we have this moment where we have a little entertainment here. This officer in Ohio, responds to a call of a man riding a bull at Tractor Supply. That's pretty cool. to ride a bull. It kind of makes him a bit of a fool. It's like Cat in the Hat, right? Anyway, there's one thing that bothers me about this video, and it starts right from the get-go. And that is where the body cam on this individual, this officer, is mounted. I don't understand. Take a look. Like, are we wearing a helmet? Oh, where's this body cam at? On the strap to the side of your face? This is the most annoying angle I've ever seen. And I've seen some kind of like bad ones, too low, too off to one of the sides. But this is flat up like it's an earring. But it's still, just I'll let it play in the background. But this is pretty interesting. I would get on the bull as well. I don't get this. Like, this camera angle is the worst. Not only is the camera angle bad, I mean, that's just annoying to watch. And you're blocking half the view to the right. What if something happened over there? But it's pretty cool. I'd ride the bull. I mean, 100%. Yeah. But anyway. This next story is pretty crazy. It's on Police One's where I get it from. It is a driver that's fleeing Seattle police and jumps the partially open drawbridge. You won't catch me doing that because if you come short, it's flat out into a solid wall. And if you're going at jumping speed. But anyway, the driver was fled after Seattle officers spotted him in a stolen car. He ran through the gates and jumped the bridge that was still being lowered. Let's take a look. Hot.
Al, let me pass you.
We turning northbound.
We got
Failing the U.
He's hitting it.
Northbound. Charlie 01, I got him stuck on the traffic at the bridge here, crossing over the multi-cut.
Bridge stuck on traffic. On University.
The bridge is up. I'm gonna have him stuck here. Hold there.
Arizona University Bridge, northbound. Bridge is up.
Okay. He made it.
He actually made the jump over the bridge.
That's pretty cool. We get to see the other angle too. Dude, that guy's got I would never in my life pictured that happening. That's stupidity at its best. But he could have killed himself, but he didn't. He made the jump. I'm proud of him. Kinda worth the risk, I guess. Got away. That happens occasionally. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed a couple of those stories. Police officers not always doing the big bad Billy stuff, but also encountering some individuals like that last guy that has that drive to get away. That is drive, ladies and gentlemen. That applied to the proper procedure in your life or goal in your life, you will always succeed. With that in mind, keep an eye on your six. Take care of each other, and I'll see you next week on Hanging in the Hideout. I'm Hollywood. Like, subscribe, and follow, or whatever.